Howdy.
Welcome to the Homestead. We thought we'd do a little couch talk. It's too hot outside.
Now,
The heat index is like 116 today. A little much outside. I think I said 117 at one point.
well,
We thought we'd sit in here and sit on the porch.
yeah.
Get that sweat fest out there.
Um,
No, there's nothing wrong with your cameras. We both ended up wearing red somehow or another, and it was not planned out.
I have mine on first. Yeah.
Well, my first shirt got soaking wet because I went out and worked the garden about 8:30.
Not my fault. You didn't notice my shirt.
No, she's not talking real plain. Just a little bit off here.
Day 3.
Yeah.
Day 3 of my lovely new speech pattern.
But it was, heat index was 101 at 8:30 this morning, so I decided I'd stay in and can green beans.
Break 'em.
Yeah, I broke green beans, and I cooked green beans, and I canned green beans, and made a Arona berry juice. Her Arona berries coming up.
What that
She
one?
won't try it. I like grape juice,
Yeah.
but it's good for you. That's the key. She knows the taste of something that's really good for you.
Most things good for you don't taste good.
I'm trying to find out if it's good for me or not, but I'm gonna drink it. Made about a half gallon. Not bad for half-gallon berries.
You're fun.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, my FND has reared its ugly head this week. I'm not functioning too good.
Your functioning neurologic disorder is not functioning, not letting her brain function really well. It's functioning, but it's causing all kinds of chaos. But we did get a new term from Vanderbilt Hospital, though. You're complicated.
Yes. No one wants to deal with complicated.
We made our full round there. We went through all kinds of offices and tests. And we knew we'd made our full circle, and it was time to come home. And every one of them sent us to the next person, and then they finally got to send us into a circle. We told them no thank you, we wasn't starting over. We done rode this merry-go-round, and we were getting off of it.
I'm tired of doctors.
But that was one of the terms that one of her doctors gave her. He looked at her and said, "Miss Wofford, you are
Complicated.
and I can't help you in my office. We got to send you to somebody else."
Well, it wouldn't be so complicated if I only had FND. But I also have migraines and vestibular issue and
Microbial
heart condition.
the joint one. Fibromyalgia.
Yeah, that one. So I mean, it's
Among some other things, you know. Apparently, it's too complicated for the Vanderbilt computer system too, because they can't seem to read from one doctor to the next. But they did figure out we was being sent back to the doctor that sent us away. So
I told him.
multi-million-dollar setup and thousands of computers probably hooked together, and nobody knows who we've been to yet, who we've already seen and who sent us back to. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. I don't mean to rant, but it's a little frustrating when you go to spend all that time and talk to all those people, and they act like you're brand new and they've never seen you before, and every time they look at the computer, you're still brand new and they've seen them before. Even though the files is there, they say, "Oh yeah, we can see that," but they can't get it together. You're just too complicated.
I just come to the conclusion that this me.
Yep.
Another thing to live with. But day like today, a bit challenging.
It's frustrating.
To say the least.
But you don't get mad at me too much, and I don't understand completely. But if I'm not facing her or sitting next to her, no, I don't understand every word. But
I was a little mad. I hadn't thrown nothing yet.
no,
I'm barely understand myself, so. And I know what I'm trying to say.
I don't hear it like I used to, apparently.
No, you don't. Too
much selective hearing.
you know, you gotta laugh at it. If not,
You go crazy.
Yep. It'd be hard, but hey, the shakes haven't been as bad.
That's another one I learned. A new terminology. They call it a spell. You just have a spell.
No,
You're not sitting a spell. You're not laying a spell. You're just having a spell.
That reminds me of my grandmother. Gotta come up with a new name for it though.
That was we seen two doctors. I can't tell you who their names was because they was foreign.
Enunciate them.
I'm not sure of what country, but I never knew my last name had so many syllables in it. And they came out and called what we thought was her name anyway. My last name had several syllables to it.
So they were good.
And it was really weird because the doctor came out to the waiting room and called us back.
Oh.
We wound up with two doctors in there, both of the same origin. Both spoke the same way. And we understood a lot what they said anyway. They were probably the most sensible doctors we talked to.
They actually
Listen.
warned me that my seizure looking stuff could cause me harm.
That's where the word spell came from. You're not supposed to call it, even though it looks like a stroke or it looks like a seizure, you can't call it that because they might treat you that way. You got to call it a spell or an issue or
and he told me
episode.
if I had one in public,
A seizure looking spell.
then emergency personnel and doctors really could hurt me thinking they were helping. Because I don't have epilepsy. And the treatment would hurt me.
After 5 minutes of an epileptic seizure, or what they consider to be one, they will incubate you. They will shove that tube down your throat, whether you like it or not. And she's not actually having epileptic seizures, so she's fully awake, and she would be basically held down and that would be forced upon her.
And
it could hurt you bad.
Even the medication can.
Even the medication could.
Because I'm not epileptic. So, you're going to have to get me something,
some kind of marking.
bracelet or something to wear.
She was talking pretty good the first week. It's just the last couple of days it's all piled up on her, I guess, and all the stress of going in and out of the doctor's offices and traveling, reading some of the reports that they wrote. Now you can get your files online. You can look and see what they actually wrote about you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something will help them.
Not a good idea. One of them didn't listen to it.
Yeah, let's change the subject. We've worked enough.
Yeah.
It's all good. Nobody got hurt in all this. So.
It's just new normal. One of the reasons it's been a while since I did a video.
The garden's still doing really great though. We're getting tomatoes. I'm starting to use a 5-gallon bucket and I'm going to pick tomatoes. I've got a container down here with sweet corn in it. It's coming in slowly. My sweet corn got staggered out really bad and late, so it's still making somehow. I've never had sweet corn this late. It's always been done by last week, really by the 3rd week of July. Looks like we'll be going into August with sweet corn. Of course, we're getting okra and getting a load of green beans. I got to pick green beans here shortly. Still got all the other stuff, the onions, the carrots, the cucumbers. We did get rid of the squash and the zucchini. I pulled the plants up. We couldn't handle anymore. We put it up by the gallon bags. Our freezer is full of squash and zucchini. We got to eat somehow. Potatoes we're still working on now. We've done really well on potatoes this year. Probably got an 8-to-1 or 9-to-1 ratio on what we planted. Somewhere in that area. That was a really good turnout on them. The peaches are almost ready, but they're turning on something. Got a hold of them. They're falling off the tree before they ever get ripe. They've got bites and stuff on them. They've got what looks like mold on them. I'm getting a few peaches. We're getting crab apples. We got regular apples coming. Raspberries are ripe. Blackberries are still hanging in there. Grapes and muscadines is going to be outstanding. We don't have any goji berries yet. Still got a goji berry plant. If you've got one, you got 1,000 goji berry plants.
They're gross.
We used to put them in orange juice or something for you, wasn't it? So she could put them in there, oatmeal, and try to get her some extra nutrition. But we'd soak them in orange juice for her. We'd have some flavor.
Rough. Very rough.
They try to grow some good stuff.
That not one of them.
Our lycopene berry tree died. We got a smaller one. It always seems to put one out by the time the larger one starts dying.
Nuts.
We've got a hazelnut tree, so loaded. We got black walnuts. Should be able to get pecans. We don't really have a pecan tree on us. It's all black walnuts, but our neighbor's got probably the largest tree in our little town. He told me one time, he said, you drive up on the end of the hills going out of town, he said, you will see this tree. I never thought about it until I tried it one time or another. You can see that tree, it's huge. But a pecan tree can get 100 feet tall, so we're covered up in garden stuff and food from our little homestead yard.
Trying.
Weeds. We've got lots and lots of weeds too. The weeds is taking over. There ain't but one of us can pull weeds right now. my weed pulling is not enough. So I'll be a little woollier, I guess.
We grow good grass.
Yeah, I grow really good grass. Let's see, I planted red ripper peas this morning. She don't like peas. But I've heard all about these red ripper peas from all kinds of people, and I'm going to try them. I planted one packet. It's from Homestead. There was quite a few seeds in it. It made a double row, about 30 feet long. Planted the little wonder spaghetti squash. I got it from Hoss. I planted 6 of them. We've already got 6 of the vegetable spaghetti squash growing. But I grew them in stages because I was afraid the vegetable squash would die in the heat. I needed something to make sure we had spaghetti squash. The spaghetti squash is hanging on. So
Good.
we're going to have a lot of spaghetti squash, looks like. Maybe more cucumbers. I've had them growing. We always stage them and plant 2 or 3 rounds of them. But the heat takes them out and the humidity. I planted another on the porch of the house again in the shade. I have to do a video on that because it's like growing in the greenhouse. The leaves are huge, the plant's dark green. It really thrives in the shady parts in the dead of summer. Planted more watermelons. Ours has got watermelons on it. They're not ready, but I planted 5 more hills just to make sure we had some this fall. I spread them out. Last year I planted them all together, and that was a mess. We had vines everywhere, and we had stacks of watermelons. It was hard to get rid of them.
Yeah.
If we get them come in a little slower, we could probably eat them and hand them out 1 or 2 at a time. It wouldn't be as aggravating. The only thing I lack for fall planting, I've got some cantaloupe, Amish cantaloupe seeds I got from the Homestead picnic last year. I was given some seeds along with several other things in a door prize. We're going to try them this year.
Interesting.
I said I wasn't going to plant anything in the fall, but I always stage stuff, and I got in a hurry and kept staging, and now I realized I've planted quite a bit of stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to turnip greens and mustard greens pretty quick. I'm not going to run anything else up to the ends. Of course, you've seen my video of the blue corn. It'll take care of itself other than getting the weeds off of it. It'll probably run to the end of September. But we've got sugar cane and sorghum and peanuts and sweet potatoes all for digging in the fall, so we don't need anything else.
Picnic.
Homesteaders picnic in Kentucky. It's September the 11th.
Be fun.
As far as I know, we're planning on going. We're going to make a good weekend out of it, I hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She can't handle the driving straight up her and straight back, so we might have to hang out and see how things go. Looks like it's a pretty good party after the picnic, so enjoy the videos of it anyway.
Luggage cart.
I might watch the luggage cart derby, but I don't know that I won't participate in that one.
No.
I might help push somebody.
No. Looking forward to it.
I don't think there's anything else we really got. We do a whole lot in the garden. It's hard to keep up, and it's hard to make videos of all of it. I did make a video of changing the pump out on our drip line. So I can start pumping fertilizer to them. I hope to make a video either today or tomorrow about actually using the fertilizer pump. I'm going to use that nasty stuff, that stuff I hardly ever use. I'm going to use some Miracle Grow. It's blue and you can see it good, and I'm going to put it in there and stir it up, and you can see it go out the 5-gallon bucket.
And that's something.
I hardly ever use that stuff. It has its purposes, but it ain't I don't have very many purposes for it. You buy plants, some of them around here used to be fed on it. You bought them. For lack of better terms, they was hung on it.
Addicted.
They was addicted to it. You got them home, you put them out. It didn't matter if you set them out in the sun for a couple of days. Once they hit the ground, you didn't give them no Miracle Grow, they started dying. You literally had to give them Miracle Grow and wing them off of it. Because I don't use it. I use fertilizers and compost and manure. And not Miracle Grow. So I bought a bunch of it years ago, and I've still got a bag of it. So I don't buy plants from people anymore. I grow my own from seed. If I buy plants, it's just because I found a good deal or
helping out.
Yeah, I'm going to buy from some certain person. We grow everything from seed now. So. I don't think the sugar cane's done all that great this year, but the sorghum, I'm going to have to make a video of that. I think it's about 8 or 9 feet tall now. Everywhere I planted one stalk, I've got 2 or 3 stalks. So we definitely got to get our press going. We're going to have some sorghum molasses, I guess.
You will.
We're going to get you a taste anyway. I think we should give her a taste on camera.
No.
She can handle one, but I'm sure that.
No.
We're sitting inside enjoying the air. I know you don't probably hear it running, but it's a great thing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially after canning.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going downhill.
Yep, you're going down on us. Too much excitement.
I'd take you up on the crying, but I don't cry.
I told her yesterday that I've been watching videos and reading up on some of these symptoms and some of the things that goes on with her, and one of them was talking about if you're stressed, your body builds a chemical called I think it's cortisol.
So
And they said by crying you literally cry it out.
I hate crying.
It's liquid cortisol coming out of your body to actually relieve the stress. I said, so cheer up. You need some stress relief here. I'm gonna go get you a big onion or something.
I hate to cry.
She swallowed.
I hate to
It
cry.
won't help.
Oh, I hate it. Hate it. With a passion. I hate it.
Kind of odd not going to church this morning.
Well,
I knew she couldn't, and I wasn't gonna leave her here, so I worked in the garden a little while. We came in and woke her up.
no, it would have been bad.
If making a video will get you all tore up, and I don't think sitting in church for an hour and a half would work.
No.
We didn't miss it.
You know, I'm almost 4 in a row. Almost.
It's been a hard week. I guess we need to wind this up. You're starting to have more issues here. Hope y'all have a good week. We thought we'd let you know what's going on and have a little fun.
Laugh instead of cry.
Yep. God bless.